Greetings, scientific explorers. It's Professor Ace, and it's, like always, naturally all about science. In our journey through ecology and interdependency, today we're going to look at feeding relations. So keep an eye out, you don't know who's watching. In an ecosystem, feeding relations are extremely important. It's how certain organisms rely on each other for a source of food. So ultimately, it's the battle of producers versus consumers. Producers always forms the bottom line of the feeding relations because that is where the glucose, that is part of respiration, comes from because of photosynthesis. So your producers always have to photosynthesize to produce their own food. Then everything else, it's about taking advantage of them. Our second category then is consumers. Yep, that is you. Consumers can be broken down into 5 different categories: herbivores, omnivores, carnivores, detrivals, and decomposers. But take a deep breath, let's break it down. Herbivores are easily. They are the ones that literally just like to have it green, diving in, eating grass, any plant-based materials. Herbivores are your primary consumer of producers, right? They only eat plant materials. Then you get your carnivores. Now carnivores, that's where the action takes place. Gets a little bit complicated because we can break them down into 3 types of carnivores. You get your carnivore that likes the action. That's your old-time predator. The one with the big fangs, the fast feet. They like to catch live prey. That's predators. Then you get your insectivores. Insectivores are the ones that only eat insects. Insects are still a source of meat, right? So carnivores is meat-based diets. So they only focus on insects, right? And then you get your scavengers, the sneaky second-rate living creatures like hyenas. They like to take advantage of already dead or captured prey. Right, so they won't go out necessarily and catch their live prey. They will eat dead, not decaying, but dead, already caught prey, like vultures and hyenas. So that is your 3 type of carnivores. And then you get the ones that just couldn't care less. Those are your omnivores. And unfortunately, you're one of them. Omnivores eat anything, plants, producers, or meat material, right? So they like pigs, baboons, and us. We don't care, it's a mixture of both. Then it comes to detrivores. Now a detrivore and a decomposer are often confused with each other. A detrivore breaks larger decayed material into smaller particles, right? So what is important to remember is detrivores decomposition happenings by their mouths, inside their bodies. So they will eat already dead material and then break it down and excrete things that plants can absorb. Decomposers, the common one, is where they break down the environment externally. So you will have a mushroom. The mushroom, if you didn't know, doesn't have a mouth. So it won't eat and break down. The mushroom will decompose the environment externally, outside of its body, and break it down into nutrients, nitrates, so the plants can then absorb. And then the cycle starts over. The producer then uses the decomposed material, and that is the cycle of life. So know your place in the feeding relations so that you are ready to either fight or flight. Keep watching.
The time has come for this cookie! Nom 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 nom. Oh, nom nom nom.